Hello and welcome. Today we're doing another biome review, and today's biome is actually going to be a bit different. We're going to be looking in the end. In fact, I think I'm going to have a look at all of the end biomes because they're not very interesting. Now the first of the biomes is easily the most recognizable, and it is the end biome. Yes, it's called the end biome, but it's basically the large island that you go to when you first arrive in the end. It's the scene of the final boss fight with the Ender Dragon, and it's basically just consists of a large island with all these obsidian pillars. Also, when it's a huge biome, if you also include the empty space. You see, when this biome loads in, it basically generates an empty space with a 1000 meter radius, with the middle of the radius being 0, 0. So it's just a huge circle of emptiness, which makes it quite hard to get out of this biome because you need to like pillar across to the other end islands. Now the next biome that we're going to be having a look at isn't really one biome. Because you see, you might look at this island here and you think, oh, this is just one biome, this is the island biome or whatever. But no, there is actually 3 different biomes here, which might be hard to tell because they're not the most easy to tell apart. But the best way to tell is by looking at the stats screen thingy. So if you look down here, I'm currently in the small end islands part. But if you move back a bit, now I'm in End Barrens. If I move back even more, now I'm in the End Midlands. And if I move back even more, now I'm in the End Highlands. So yeah, there's 4 biomes right here. Highlands, Midlands, Barrens, and the Small End Islands. So it can be very hard to tell apart. But if you wanted to tell them apart, basically the end barrens are pretty much just the jutty outy bits here and there. The end midlands is basically the outer edge, like the outer edge of the islands and all that. And basically the highlands is everything else. So the midlands are basically the slope, and the outer edge, well, is the barrens, and the middle is the highlands. Now, one thing that is weird is that in the Midlands, chorus fruit trees don't grow, but you can get end cities out there. And in the Barrens, obviously, you don't get either. As for all the space in between the large islands, that's the small end islands biome, where the small end islands basically form. So all this empty space and all the small islands are the small end islands, and that's all of the biomes. Now all the biomes, you have Endermen spawn in, of course, and that's pretty much the only mob that does spawn in the end. Of course, there's also shulkers, but you can only find those in end cities. But that's all for today's video. I know it was a bit of a boring one, but whatever, I like to do these videos. But thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. If you want to leave a comment, then leave a comment. If it's a good comment or a bad comment, you can leave it. If you want to subscribe, then you can do that too. If you don't, then you don't have to. If you want to unsubscribe because you already were, but you don't want to be anymore, feel free to do that too. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.